welcome to Blue Valley Northwest High School in Overland Park. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week, boys EKL basketball, as Bishop Miege 12-2 takes on 13-1 Blue Valley Northwest. Hi everybody, Kevin White with the coach, Mark Huppy. This is the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports, and this could be the Good evening and welcome to Bishop Miege High School. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week, boys EKL basketball, and a Catholic school rivalry game as St. Thomas Aquinas takes on Bishop Miege. Hi everybody, Kevin White with the coach, Mark Huppy. This is the Spectrum Sports Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week, and this is a rubber game here, Coach. Each team's won one game this year.
Oh, no question. Bishop Miege won the first game kind of big, Kevin. Again, first-year coach Jake Cooper Smith Saints won the Saints Classic Championship game over the Stags.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile, and here's a senior leader for this Saints team, Joe Roast.
Oh, Joe Roast is a 6'5 senior. He's a baseball player also. Again, quiet, steady, really understands the game.
And in the pivot for Miege, the big guy, Josh Early.
Oh, Josh, big, strong, and skilled.
In a world where every path is unique, we believe the best in digital infrastructure can transform healthcare with connected hospitals in places like Cleveland and support better patient outcomes in Honolulu. We believe today's digital campuses can empower students with greater insight in Charlotte and inspire a new way of learning in St. Louis. We believe a powerful digital connection can dazzle spectators on Broadway and enhance the movie experience in theaters in LA. A simple belief that every fiber-lit building fuels the industry in all of us. Let's turn the promise of technology into digital progress together. Spectrum Enterprise.
You are the national parks, and no matter who you are or where you come from, the parks are you too.
And the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official sponsor of High School Spirit. We're in Roland Park, Kansas, and we're starting an hour and a half early to beat the impending snowstorm. And there is the new head coach of St. Thomas Aquinas in his first year. And, Coach, you probably know this guy a lot better than I do. Tell us about Jacob Cooper Smith.
Jacob's been a long-time assistant there. Again, the 2006 St. Thomas Aquinas grad, played there. Again, I coached Jake back in the day. So great young coach.
Here's his starting five, the football star running back, Tank Jones, in one of the guard slots. And they got a transfer from Mill Valley. He's at 6'8". Keyshawn Mason. This guy is a guy you're going to want to keep an eye on. He's the guy that's going to battle Josh Early tonight.
Now, Keyshawn became eligible this semester, Kevin. Has given the Saints a big boost off the bench. Again, in the starting lineup tonight.
Rick Zeke. And he's in his fifth year, 22nd year overall. If you count all his time, his first stint and a second stint and 5 state titles, and he's won 3 in a row. And his starting 5, the guards, Jeffries and Broadus in the front line of Early, Jones, and the freshman that everybody's talking about, Mark Mitchell Jr.
Okay, and as we talked in the opener there, Kevin, Josh Early, it's kind of his time. Josh has bided his time there. Played with some great players in his career here at Bishop Miege High School. I'm sure he's primed for a big game tonight on his home court.
Your officials for this boys EKL matchup, Evan Reynolds, John Becker, and Chad Waller. The Asian white. In blue and gold, St. Thomas Aquinas. The two 6'8" guys will go at it. Mason and Early in the center jump circle. Girls game went to Bishop Miege. And it's the boys' turn. And it'll be the Stags to run, or the Saints to run the first set. Again, it's a Stags man-to-man defense. This young guy running the point, coach, Matt Connor, he's been very impressive for this Saints team.
Well, he's had a big January and February there for the Saints, Kevin. He runs the show, has the respect of his teammates.
I'll tell you what, he is probably their most improved player, according to Jacob Cooper-Smith. Football star Tank Young finding a Mason. Needs to play it out. Roast is a good three-point shooter. Dad, the former coach at St. Thomas Aquinas. Here's Janello. Zach, get it blocked there. Good defense by Mark Mitchell Jr., the 6'7" freshman.
Well, as you said, Mitchell's long and lean. Stayed down on that jumper. Nice clean block up top.
Speaking of another improved player, Broadus, the point guard for the Saints, has gotten better throughout the year. Stone Jeffries, their best three-point shooter. Inside they work it early, can't convert from point blank, got his own miss. And the Stags will reset their offense.
Again, that's concern number one for Coach Cooper-Smith, is keeping them off their offensive board. Nice dish inside right there. Josh Early says, hey, I'm here tonight.
And a great assist by Spencer Jones. Of course, Josh Early headed to Northern Kentucky to play college basketball. It's a Division I school. Here's Tank Young with a runner. And Spencer Jones right there for the rebound. He gets 8 rebounds per game. He's the leading rebounder on the team, also the leading scorer at 17 per game. Here's Early with a left-hand hook, short. Jones comes flying in with the rebound, finding Mitchell Jr. Back to Early. And Josh can't hit, but Spencer Jones can. And Coach Cooper-Smith takes a quick St. Thomas Aquinas timeout.
30-second timeout, St. Thomas.
Again, Jay Cooper-Smith seen his teams a little bit of duress there on their defensive board. Again, beautiful dish inside. Josh Early bringing it home. Again, Jay Cooper-Smith really loves his school, loves his team, talks about what great chemistry we have, how hard they work in practice, but after 2 minutes, giving up 4 or 5 offensive rebounds, when I'm sure that's the first thing he put on the board before they came out here was get the Stags off their offensive board. Wanted to address something immediately here as he's down 4.
Yeah, Cooper-Smith, another one of the guys that make me feel old. I did his games back when he was a basketball player for Sean Riley and a football linebacker. He's a 2006 grad of STA. His wife, Erin, is also a teacher. She teaches in the Blue Valley District. But Saints off to a slow start here. See if they can get it going here. Roast averaging 14 per game. Nearly got it stolen. Saints keep it alive. Matt Connor driving the baseline, rejected by Early. And quickly down, here's Mitchell Jr. No, but Early got the tip in with the right hand.
Again, the Saints bigs continue to just jump with the Stags inside again. They need to put a body on a body, box somebody out. Again, against the Stags, Kevin, it's always great to get the ball in the paint, especially off the bounce. And once you're in there, think about kicking it out, not finishing over their length.
Stone Jeffries, the foul. And Miege with the block that led to the bucket here.
Oh, again, you get the Stags out in transition, let them play in space. They're going to finish a high percentage of those. Again, Mitchell couldn't get it down. Again, Keyshawn Mason not boxing out, letting Early go over for 2.
Janello fouled by Jeffries. Will shoot 2, missed the first, has another one coming. A 6'7" senior, excellent student. Plans on going to University of Kansas to study business. 0 for 2. Roche, the offensive rebound. Tried to kick it out, and Broadus played it off the referee's leg, which is in play, and kept it alive. Stags have it.
A heady play by Joe Roche there as he got an offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Again, kicked the ball out. Broadus with the rip.
Coach Zeke yells out the instructions. His team 16-2.
Again, this little circle set they run, trying to get high-low. Looks like they got Jones there in the block, but again, they're not going to play early defensively that far out on the court.
Spencer Jones.
Oh, Spencer, you're going to get jack of all trades there. That jump hook is lethal.
So an 8-0 start for the home team. Spencer was the MVP of the 4A Division I state basketball tournament at 27 in their championship game win.
Again, this pace is not something that Coach Coopersmith really doesn't want. Once you swing the ball side to side, the more swings that they have, the better their percentages go up. But again, great job defensively by Miege early in the game.
And Mason, taking matters into his own hands, draws the foul on Josh Early, and now will shoot free throws. And this big guy, a 6'8" sophomore with all kinds of upside, Coach. It's a guy who's starting to come on as well, averaging 11 points and 5 rebounds.
Oh, he had a great second semester last year at Mill Valley as a freshman. Really came on, got better every game, etc. Again, with all the talent of the St. Thomas Aquinas program, I'm sure they're expecting great things from him. Can really run the floor is what I like about him.
Coach Zeke says he's a Division I prospect. All tournament in the St. Thomas Aquinas tournament. I guess Coach Zeke got all he wanted from Mason. They beat Miege in the championship game in that tournament. Saints still not on the board. Xavier Hall in the lineup now. Young guard off the bench. Tries a three. Here's the freshman Mark Mitchell Jr. with the offensive rebound. Broadus off glass. Tip try by Early, no, and Mason with the rebound for the Saints. Trying to get on the scoreboard here halfway through the first quarter. Fans wanted to travel, nothing called. As Tank Young will call out the play with his left hand there.
And Coach Miner, Coach Zeke, everybody over there wanted to travel on that one also, but he must have kept it down.
Here's Tank Young trying to circus shot as he went up and under there. Mitchell to Early, layup good.
Again, that's Mitchell, the young freshman, the ability to put the ball on the deck, block a shot, get it off the board himself. Again, pushes. Again, if you get bigs running as hard as Early and Jones do, you're going to get out in transition and finish as they're out 10-zip.
Tank Young trying a very tough shot here, and it turns into transition for Miege and the bucket at the other end.
Again, there's a lot of ways to get out in transition. You can steal it, you can block it, but oftentimes, Kevin, a bad shot at one end will really create problems at the other.
Well, 2 guys have scored for Miege. Josh Early has 6, Spencer Jones has 4, and it's 10-0. Those guys over the Saints. The Saints, with their young head coach, Coach Jake Coopersmith, trying to find some answers in that huddle, and they've got a legendary assistant coach, Coach Mark Nussbaum, who won championships, state championships with the Liberty Blue Jays, went 31-0 in '98, of course, with Rockers. That's a pretty good assistant coach to have on your bench, isn't it?
Oh, I coached against Mark for a long time. I love the way his son, Drew Nussbaum, played last year for the Saints over at St. Thomas Aquinas. He's up at Grandview University, playing right now in the state of Iowa. Again, let's see what Coach Coopersmith draws up for a little bit. Again, Jake coached for a long time under Frank Martin, Brad Underwood, Bob Huggins, that coach, Kansas State coaching group up there for a long time. Really professes himself to be a Coach K disciple for the most part also. So let's see if the Saints can settle down and get a good shot.
Mason Colangelo and TJ Williams-Bay on the floor now, so they've shuffled the lineup a little bit. 2 of the starters are out, and just another turnover, and here's Early, another.
Oh, my! Bring it on, young fella. Good choice there by Keyshawn Mason. I'm not going to get involved in this one at all.
Some ferocious dunks by Josh Early. The Saints still trying to get out of the corner here, and this won't help.
Well, that's point number 2 on Coach Coopersmith's list is no live ball turnovers. And again, Early flushes it home with authority.
He's got 8 first quarter points, including 2 ferocious dunks. The ball is tipped out. It'll stay with the Saints, still trying to find their first bucket here. Down 12-0 here, under 2 to play in your first quarter.
Again, Coach Zeke's got number 2, his young freshman point guard, 5'10", Xavier Hall in the game. Another kid, lightning quick, earning more and more minutes as he gets more and more confidence down the stretch here for Bishop Miege.
Screen for Connor. And he'll get the right-handed layup. Matt Connor, senior guard.
Oh, Matt probing inside. Finally found a lane to the rack as the Saints get on the board with 1.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, Coach Zeke, one more motion, one more ball reversal and movement.
Ball tipped out by St. Thomas Aquinas, so it'll be Miege ball at their offensive baseline. Tank Young in, Joe Roast out. Mark Mitchell Jr. puts it up and in. That is a 3 for the freshman. That's probably the most hyped 9th grader in this city right now, Coach. This guy averaging 16 points per game. He's a lefty and he's long, and wow, the upside of this guy is astronomical.
Absolutely. You can see all his physical skills, Kevin Attars. Quick hops.
Early, another block.
Again, they keep pushing it in the paint right there. They'd be better off kicking it out as Josh Early, Jones, and obviously Mitchell. Really tough defensively. Again, nice job by Josh Early, timing stuff up top. Nice clean block there. Again, the first time I saw Mitchell play, Kevin, I'd heard all about him, and I told people you could see his explosiveness and natural talent, but I really didn't see him handle it, really didn't see him shoot it deep, and obviously that's a part of his game that he's proud of.
The football star, Tank Young. Had over 2,000 yards, 32 touchdowns. As Coach Dryling's squad won the state championship of 5A, their first ever in their school's history. Both these schools winning state championships in football, as Janello bumping Mitchell Jr.
Getting that little Hoya call for Coach Zeke, that little double high post at the elbow again. A lot of options they can run out of that. They can get high-low. Obviously, they can have a wing turn the corner, as Mitchell did right there.
Jones puts it on the floor and puts it in the bucket. Spencer Jones.
Again, so many versatile bigs there. Jones balanced up on that spin move. Beautiful, too.
Trying to beat the buzzer was Connor. The off-balance 3 misses, and that's the end of the first quarter. Dominated by the home team, Bishop Miege. After the first 8 minutes, they lead at 17-4 as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports.
Millions of Americans just like you owe the IRS more than $10,000 and are facing liens, bank levies, wage garnishments, penalty abatements, and other IRS enforcement actions. Newly authorized debt forgiveness programs allow you to settle your debts for less than ever before. Our network of tax professionals will fight for you. They have helped save their clients millions over the years and can help you save too.
Please call 800-653-7821.
are the national parks. And no matter who you are or where you come from, the parks are you too.
Back here at Bishop Miege High School. Great crowd in attendance. I was a little worried, Coach, with the early start here that the crowd might be a little limited or be afraid with the Snowmageddon coming again to Kansas City for the 18th time this winter. That nobody be here, but the fans are here. And we are underway with the second quarter, and Miege off to a great start at home. Trying to get a payback on the team that beat him in the St. Thomas Aquinas tournament final. Here's Early. Double team. Fights through it and is fouled. Let's see who they got. Janello or Mason. It'll be on the big guy Mason at 6'8".
Again, big Keyshawn right there. Looked like he walled up pretty good. Again, a foul on the wrist there. And again, Coach Cooper Smith in his first year at St. Thomas Aquinas. Ask him really what he's trying to do here in his first year. He says he really wants to focus on accountability, self-discipline, team discipline. Again, playing the game the right way. And again, Jake Cooper Smith had an extremely animated huddle there, Kevin, as we witnessed here at the end of the first quarter. Let's see if his team responds.
Early, a 54% foul shooter. Can't hit either one of those, but he made some big free throws in the upset win over Blue Valley Northwest earlier this year. Connor, the kick out, roast for three. And rebounded by Early, who's had a good first half. Blocking shots, scoring 8 points, hitting the boards. Mark Mitchell Jr. and one. Coach, he made that look too easy, actually.
Oh, big long stride, one bounce, one long stride. He's at the rim. Again, athletic enough to move the ball with his left hand, spin it off the board for two.
That is his dominant hand. He is a left-hander, but the young ninth grader.
He's a great student. Coach Zeke really praises his work ethic. A lot of kids that come in with a lot of hype, maybe not be your best worker, but he works with the best of them.
How about Spencer Jones getting a rebound of a free throw miss and is fouled? And I thought Coach Cooper Smith was a little hot in between the quarters. He is going to get hotter after seeing that.
Absolutely. Again, Spencer's games have developed so much over the years. Last year with Jeremiah Robinson over here, Spencer took a little bit of a backseat, as you talked about, Kevin. Came on strong in March at the state tournament. It's had a great senior year. Had a big night when Bishop Miege took down Blue Valley Northwest 2 weeks ago at Northwest.
And he's got some colleges here taking a look at him tonight. Under the watchful eye of college scouts checking out his game. Northwestern, Old UMKC here, Loyola Chicago. Some of the teams saying he is definitely a college prospect. His cousin plays for Virginia, Frankie Padoki. Doesn't get much time there with that loaded Virginia squad, but I see him there on the bench there, Coach Bennett's team. Great start for Miege, 20-4, trying to get the girls-boys sweep. Girls won by 12 earlier.
Again, this little high-low look is Harrison Braddock all the way to the cup, couldn't get it. Again, Josh Early, great hands, keeping the ball high, not bringing it down at all. Again, another offensive board here for Bishop Miege as they open up a 22-4 lead.
Early has 10 of the 22.
And to be honest, you see this Saints team a little bit shook right now. They have not got a lot of good shots, a lot of block shots getting to the rim. Again, let's see if they can settle down and run some offense.
Zarian Navy in the lineup. Here's steal by Spencer Jones as Navy is fouled underneath, and he'll go to the line here. Zarian is a 6'3" junior as he pulls himself on the deck and moves to the foul stripe.
Xavier Hall, his first.
It's going to be on the freshman guard Hall as there you get a look at Zarian Navy. He's their best foul shooter. 88%, he connects in the first.
Well, Zarian brings great energy and explosiveness off the bench again. It's times like this when your starters get out to a slow start, Kevin, and you really need some energy off the bench, and the Navy could be that kid tonight. Again, here we see the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints jumping in a little 1-2-2, little tempo press here, trying to throw a little wrinkle at Bishop Miege, see if they can get him out of their rhythm. This Tank gets a nice steal.
Tank Young back the other way. Finds Navy for 3. And Mitchell Jr. the rebound. Long strides up the floor, covers a lot of ground.
Again, when Mitchell gets the ball off the board, there's no looking for the point guard. He's going to take it himself, as he does right there. Nice baseline drive. Again, finishing with his weak hand that time, Kevin, off the right.
Coach Zeke says he's the next great player to play at Miege, following the likes of the Relaford brothers, Isaac Miles, Jamar Howard. I can't disagree with it, Coach. He seems to have all the skills.
On all those kids, it's a matter of taste of who you like the most. But I was coaching against Coach Zeke when he had Jamar Howard here, a 2001 graduate, had a fantastic career down at Wichita State. And again, the athleticism of Jamar Howard is really replicated here with the Mitchell kid, I think, early on.
Nobody played harder than Jamar Howard.
Well, I've told Coach Zeke, if I want to win a basketball game in the city in the last 20 years, I might pick Jamar Howard first.
Foul on Josh Early. It'll be the first on the big guy for Miege. The Saints will play in from the baseline. Yeah, Jamar Howard was an undersized post that, I tell you what, man, he just brought it every night. Here's Mason. And Mitchell, another rebound. Breaks out of the pack, finding Early. Back to Jones. Early.
No! Have some. Josh Early.
I think that rim's getting tired at number 11.
I'll tell you what, I said he ran the floor every single time down here. Because he sees Jones or Mitchell get one off the board. Josh Early beating defenders down the court time after time.
Joe Rose for 3. Rebounded by Broadus. And it's Connor scrapping it out of there and gets the timeout after he scraps that heady play by Matt Connor. And it'll be Saints ball after the timeout.
And again, Kevin, live ball turnovers, defensive board, transition defense. Again, a problem for St. Thomas Aquinas is Early testing that rim time after time tonight. Again, at this point in the game, with Coach Cooper Smith, I'm sure it's not really about X's and O's. You got to draw something up, but I'm preaching to my team. Let's settle down. Let's play with some confidence. You know, we took this team down a month ago. Let's try to get a couple possessions in a row here. Maybe 2 or 3 defensive stops and a little bit more offensive efficiency.
This team's won 3 of their last 4. The Saints, the lone loss was to Rockhurst, and we know how good Rockhurst is. And they played with Rockhurst for the really better part of 3 quarters before losing by 12 points. Game at St. Thomas Aquinas in Overland Park. Down by 20 to their rivals here. Badly in need of a bucket. Here's Colangelo, and he hits Mason Colangelo.
Nice solid play by Mason Colangelo right there. Deep, pulled up there from about 10 feet. Saw the trees inside. Nice little pull-up jumper.
Hand off to Mitchell Jr. Now here's Early showing his outside game. It's short. Spencer Jones the save, but looked like his foot was on the baseline, so we'll go the other way. Aquinas ball. Good hustle, though, by Spencer.
Again, here we see the Saints a little motion look. Again, Joe Rose all the way in, beat his initial defender again. Shot blockers on the backside.
That was Mitchell that time. Yeah, number 25, Mark Mitchell Jr. on the backside with that block, Coach.
We can talk about staying confident too, Kevin, but it's got to be a little bit discouraging when you beat your own man and then you got Early and Mitchell to contend on the backside.
Jones tried to play it back out. It's intercepted by Connor. Matt in a hurry. Can't get the layup, and it's put up and in by Joe Rose.
Again, that play's all key by Matt Connor. Couldn't get his own layup down again. Rose not giving up on the play. Nice finish there for 2.
Trying to get it away from the freshman. He gets it back. Tries a right-hand hook and is fouled and will shoot free throws here. Wait, Mason is reacting there. No, it's on Roast. And free throws now awarded to Mark Mitchell Jr. Saw him play against Wyandotte. I think it might have been his
high point game.
Yeah, he had 30 points in that game. This guy averaging 16 and 7. 76% foul shooter.
No, every coach really coaches possession by possession. And Coach Zeke imploring his team to slow down just a little bit. If they don't have a transition, let's run something.
Stone Jeffries, their best three-point shooter, knocks one down from the left wing.
No, that's what Stone does. Again, he's really improved his stroke. Again, not much playing time the last 2 years. Waited for his opportunity his senior year, and really has played great here down the stretch for the Stags.
Mason whirling through the paint and scoring. Keyshawn Mason.
Again, that's what you see, the explosiveness. It's not consistent tonight for Keyshawn, but you can see his upside and why so many people think he's really going to blow up with his junior and senior year at St. Thomas Aquinas.
Looks like we're seeing a zone defense now by the Saints here. Coach Zeke shouting out instructions on how to handle the zone. Skip pass to Spencer Jones. Baseline jumper, nothing but the bottom of the well.
I'll tell you what, again, great execution there with the finish by Jones. Again, and it's improved his range. That pull-up jumper is pure. Beautiful stroke.
He is a college prospect, a Division I college prospect, Spencer Jones. Averaging 17 and 8 for this team. Here's Connor, the drive and kick to Roast. Joe Roast.
Again, Connor making the play, Roast on the finish from deep. Again, that's Joe's game. He's not going to take a bad shot. Nice and heady, has a great feel for the game. Again, not going to try to do what he can't do.
Headed to Rockhurst University to be a college baseball pitcher. Here's Broadus, the miss. Mitchell Jr. on the offensive glass. 3 bodies around him, and he is fouled.
Again, this is going to be a tough tape for Coach Cooper Smith and the Saints to look at tomorrow or tonight again. You don't see a lot of boxing out right there, even this late in the quarter again. Coaches on the corner, put a body on somebody, be physical, but again, the Mier size, hops, nose for the ball coming off the board, really hurting him.
Inbounds play is an easy deuce for Spencer Jones. And Coach Cooper Smith might be having some bad dreams later tonight about number 24 in white.
As you said, that's way too easy. One quick little hit inside, Jones for an easy layup, inbounds underneath.
Roast, drive and kick to Janello. Defense by Mies to cut off his path to the basket. Now here's Mason and Early, that big guy matchup, both guys 6'8". Jostle against one another, and we got a walking violation. Turnover, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Again, you're hearing this day and age, Kevin, a lot about a pack line, man-to-man defense. Pretty much Tony Benton, his father, kind of invented it. And a lot of pack line principles at Bishop Miege as far as midline, ball line, help, communication. Again, Saints really having a difficult time here getting a good shot.
The ball was deflected there by a Saints player, but Stags able to get it back and reset up their offense as we're under a minute before Hy-Vee at the half. Numbers and highlights brought to you by Hy-Vee. A's trying to add to their big lead here. Here's Josh Early down the left side. And his big first half ends with a deuce there. And beyond half court by Matt Connor will come up short, but what a first half by the Stags at home, as they lead it by 21 at the break, 35-14. As you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports. And we're returning to Roland Park with Hy-Vee at the half right after this.
Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? If so, you may qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program, and you won't make any payments to the IRS. That's right. If you qualify for the Fresh Start program of the IRS, you won't make any payments once you've been accepted. Get ready, as we are going to give you the most important number you may ever need to finally end your IRS nightmare. Call Fidelity Tax Relief at 800-423-4611 now for free information and to see if you qualify for the Fresh Start programs of the IRS. Once you're accepted, the IRS must stop all harassing collection activities. Imagine no threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments or bank levies, and make no monthly payments to the IRS. Call 800-423-4611 now to find out if you qualify for the Fresh Start program of the IRS. Remember, you won't make any payments to the IRS once you're accepted into the Fresh Start program. Call Fidelity Tax Relief at 800-423-4611 to see if you qualify. 800-423-4611. 800-423-4611.
Have you heard that Spectrum now offers mobile service? It's true. Tired of drop calls and bad connections? Spectrum Mobile is built on America's largest and most reliable LTE network. Talk and text is always free. Just pay for the data you use. Only $14 per gig. Need more? There's an unlimited plan too. And you can save up to 40% by switching. The best network, the best devices, the best value. Spectrum Mobile. Go to spectrummobile.com today.
Recent medical studies have shown that the use of talcum powder can cause ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Call right now to determine if you may qualify. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait.
Call right now. Call 1-800-317-1597. Again, that's 1-800-317-1597.
To find, get, or give a swim lesson.
The Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Hy-Vee, the official sponsor of High School Spirit. Speaking of spirit, Stags putting it on the Saints 35-14 in boys EKL action. Got more of Hy-Vee at the half after this timeout. You're watching Spectrum Sports.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people on Medicare struggle to pay the high out-of-pocket cost associated with their Medicare benefits. You may be eligible for a Medicare supplement plan that can help you pay your Medicare deductibles, copays, and coinsurance.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Paul-Tangy. I encourage patients to research Medicare supplement plans that pay their copays, deductibles, and coinsurance for things like outpatient care, care in a skilled nursing facility, and time spent in the hospital, even after Medicare benefits are exhausted.
Medicare supplement plans can help cover many of your personal expenses, like inpatient hospital deductibles, your share of the cost of outpatient medical care, and unlimited out-of-pocket cost. To find out if you're eligible for these benefits, call the Medicare Insurance Plan Helpline today. This service is free, the advice is unbiased, and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 1-800-224-1371. That's 1-800-224-1371.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Attention! Do you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS? If so, you may qualify for the IRS Fresh Start program, so you won't have to make any payments to the IRS. That's right. If you qualify for the IRS's Fresh Start program, you won't make any IRS payments once you are accepted. Once you're in the IRS Fresh Start program, they must stop all harassing and threatening collection activities. Call Tax Relief 123 now at 800-299-7060 to see if you qualify. Again, 800-299-7060.
Help us keep it.
Bishop Miege rolling it home in boys action as they lead their rival St. Thomas Aquinas by 21 at the break. You're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week.
Everybody has a flashlight. But can your flashlight do this? The Bell & Howell Tactical Flashlight can. The Bell & Howell Tac Light can do things no ordinary flashlight can do. Look, this civilian flashlight puts out pathetic light, but our military-grade Tac Light, that's 22 times as bright. It's so bright, it can be seen up to 2 nautical miles away. Only a Tac Light has a super bright strobe that can stun and disorient would-be attackers. A car battery will stop working in sub-zero temperatures, but even getting frozen in a block of ice couldn't make our Tac Light stop working. It's tough enough to survive getting run over by a Humvee. Try that with a regular flashlight.
You can get a Bell & Howell Tac Light complete with a lifetime guarantee for just $19.99 plus free shipping. And while supplies last, you can even get a second one. Just pay a separate fee.
To order, call 1-800-772-0427. That's 1-800-772-0427 or go to tritaclight.com.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? That could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American Warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-840-5047.
You're watching Spectrum Sports.
Hy-Vee first half highlights, and the Saints got a few buckets here, Coach, but Miege has dominated the first half.
Or as you say, highlights for St. Thomas Aquinas, few and far between. Here you see Keyshawn Mason. Strong move to the rack for 2 as they're down by 21, but on the backside, Mitchell, Jones, and Early dominant at both ends of the court. 9 offensive rebounds, 6 big blocks. Again, there you see the freshman Mitchell pushing it hard all the way to Early. Great job running the floor tonight. Again, last one here by Josh Early. Again, built his body up, a lot more active, both ends of the court. Big dunk there.
Saints got off the schneid with the third quarter starting with a 3 by Matt Connor when we're doing highlights. Answered back by the freshman Mark Mitchell Jr. He has 9 in the game. The Saints want to play at a quicker pace here.
Again, Coach Cooper Smith told me that he really challenged Connor the first week of January to really take this team over emotionally. It's good to see him coming out here the first minute of the half here. Great energy.
And after the steal, Miege gets a timeout.
Again, a lot better decisions there by the Saints, penetrating into the lane. Joe Roast finding the paint, kicking it out for a nice clean 3 there by the young senior.
Let's take a look at the Hy-Vee first half numbers, dominated by Bishop Miege. Really shooting the ball well, Coach. 53% the first half.
Oh, great shooting percentage, as you said, Kevin. But the thing that jumps out there, 17-4 rebounds. And again, points off turnover seem to be even, but it seems like Miege is out in transition all the time. Again, dominating the paint, dominating the backboard.
Now those 17, 9 were offensive rebounds, 4 by Spencer Jones, 3 by Mark Mitchell Jr. So they are getting it after on both ends as far as rebounding, which was a big key in this game. Saints wanted a travel on Stone Jeffries, and they'll get the turnover nonetheless as Stags throw it away right in front of their head coach, Rick Zeke, who pops off the bench to voice his opinion there.
A few signs of life here by St. Thomas Aquinas. Again, a quick 3 to open the half. Again, they jump in a press right there. No traps at all, just a tempo press. Again, turn Miege over.
Man defense for Bishop Miege. Inside Mason. Work it to Connor. Back to Mason. Has it stolen by Spencer Jones.
Again, nice penetration there by Connor. Again, good pass inside to Mason. The young kid just got to catch it first before he goes up with it again.
Steal by Matt Connor. Minus back the other way. Roast for 3. And rebounded by Stone Jeffries.
Well, you can definitely see a change in the intensity of the Saints here. Again, Coach Cooper Smith made a few adjustments there at halftime, but the first adjustment had to be with this team's mental state. Again, we can play harder, we can play better.
Broadus for three. Maybe had a foot on the line. Neither team finding much offense to start play in the third quarter. Tank Young. The drive. Can't finish at the rim.
Again, Young and Connor, both those 5'9", 5'10" guards, really came out strong here in the second half as far as intensity goes.
Early with a right-hand hook.
No, big Josh. That's a clinic inside. Let him catch it inside again. Great footwork. Nice high finish on that right-handed jump hook for two.
He's the game's leading scorer, Coach, now with 16 points. Mason trying to answer back, bodies him, and finishes.
Well, nice job by the young fella again. You want to be aggressive in the post. Again, Keyshawn, strong move to the basket for two. Again, every coach at halftime, Kev, talks about the first 2 or 3 minutes of the third quarter being so critical. And if anything, the Saints, again, they've come out strong. They're still down by 20, but their intensity is so much better.
Stags going to their big guy at 6'8", early, headed to Northern Kentucky, Division I school. And then the foul by Janello is a little off balance, trying to put some defense on Mark Mitchell Jr.
Again, those 50-50 balls, deflected balls, things like that are so critical. Coach Cooper Smith imploring his team to get on the floor for a loose ball.
TJ Williams-Bay.
Colangelo and TJ Williams-Bay will check in.
Again, this sideline out of bounds here. A lot of times, you want to power set and try to dump the ball in the post.
Spencer Jones on the pull-up, short. Broadus the save. That's a nice play by the Miege point guard.
Again, Broadus has a lot of juice to him, Kevin, for a young kid. He's got a little swagger about him, a nice, confident approach.
And the ball tipped out. Last touch by Broadus. And I see Broadus and Connor, they're having a little duel out there, these two guards.
They are. Right when I compliment him, he turns it over there, and Coach Zeke, a little eye roll down there.
Well, I think Connor was mad about getting the ball stolen from him by Broadus. So they're kind of battling one another. Connor flips it up on the rim, and it falls.
I'll tell you what, he's a soccer player, a tennis player. Again, gets about 5 assists a game the last 12 games there for the Saints. Big 4 minutes here for Matt Connor, trying to bring his team back.
Stone Jeffries, second three of the night.
Stone. Again, Stone does not get a lot of looks, but when he does, they're clean and he's efficient.
Colangelo, a reverse layup. Doesn't work. Back quickly, the Stags come, and the strides and the finish by Mark Mitchell Jr.
Again, once Mitchell caught that one at half court, Kevin, Coach Zeke is yelling, we got numbers, we got numbers. And then always a good choice, Mitchell in the open court.
He's got 11, those the freshman, as a foul by Miege at the other end. It's going to be on Spencer Jones, non-shooting. And the ball will be played from the baseline.
Again, Mitchell, almost impossible to get set up in front of him and take a charge, Kevin.
Mason showing his outside game. Back irons it. Broadus stolen by TJ Williams-Bay, finding his football running mate, Tank Young. Everything but the finish there for Tank. Everybody getting sped up. Here's Mark Mitchell Jr. Player goes down. And we got a blocking foul on Matt Connor.
Again, you can see one big adjustment here that Coach Cooper Smith made here at halftime, Kevin. They're really contesting those outlet passes. And if Mitchell or Early gets the ball off the board, they're not just sprinting back. Again, they're contesting that first dribble, contesting that first pass, and it's really gotten Miege out of transition here a few times here in the third quarter.
Mitchell is 76% foul shooter. Already has a double-double. This guy's just a 9th grader. Mentioned that his three-point shooting could use some work. His free throw shooting's been pretty good throughout the year. This guy is going to be a heavily recruited player when it's all said and done by his junior and senior year, as we get a timeout for Miege, leading 45-21 with under 3 to play in your third quarter. Another game coming up this week is Makeup Week, as we got Fort Osage at the new gym, the new field house there at North Kansas City. And you're going to love it because it is beautiful. It's bright. The music is really loud. They've got video boards, and it's just something to behold. And we've got a good matchup there. Fort Osage and North Kansas City will play that game Thursday the 21st. We'll air it Friday night at 7 p.m. as part of our Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. Big crowd here. I was a little skeptical, Coach, with the girls' game at 4, boys at 5:30, whether the folks would show up. Half of them are at the grocery store right now buying bread and milk, because I just was at Hy-Vee, but most of these people made it here tonight.
Well, we had 2 great games here tonight, Kevin, on paper, winning programs, winning teams. And again, it helped to move the starting times up an hour. Again, Miege student body really turned out tonight. 152, 150, 200 of them over there.
Now they've got a good product to watch, as Broadus nearly got the steal. They'll stay with the Saints at the baseline.
Again, if I'm Coach Cooper Smith, I'm really praising my effort, praising my attitude, praising my intensity. But again, the goal is to play well. And again, Miege still up by 24. Let's see if the Saints can put a few possessions together here at both ends. Nice slip right there. Again, beautiful look inside there by Matt Connor.
Foul from behind.
Oh, that's Tommy Downey.
Yeah, Tommy Downey's
energy off the bench. Again, he's a 6-foot senior. His brother Joe's an assistant coach in the program. Again, so many great Downey athletes have come through the pipe. Again, Tommy's the youngest one. Again, Coach Cooper Smith going deep in his bench to try to find attitude, try to find intensity.
And the junior guard will have another free throw coming after the fouled in the act of shooting.
Again, looks like the Saints are going to jump into another press here. Again, trying to speed Miege up, force them into some turnovers.
Intercepted by Williams Bay, football star, going to Fort Scott Community College to play college football. The wide receiver for Coach Randy Dryland and the state champions.
Getting a little circle action right here.
And it's Williams Bay from downtown.
Oh, it always helps, Kevin, when that offense isn't in motion again, when you can step up and hit a 3 there, as Williams Bay did.
Colangelo, the steal for the Saints. Can't get the layup, and will belong to Bishop Miege. Nice little flurry, though, by the Saints, and Mason a little frustrated he couldn't finish it at the other end.
No, Coach Zeke's frustrated also. Again, this press offense is not really running very efficiently right there. Again, Downey swinging the ball. Bay right there. You're not going to get up on me. I'm going to knock this 21-footer down.
And Broadus quickly in, and the freshman Hall will check out. They're going to be working to get some pressure here. Speaking of Miege, against St. Thomas Aquinas here, late in the third quarter. All Miege.
Xavier Hall's going to be a great player. Again, he's got great mentors over there on the bench. Coach Chuck Miner, Coach Zeke could take him under their wing a little bit. Help fight him through this school.
Can't leave that guy open, Coach.
Oh, you're not kidding at all, Kevin. Again, not a lot of looks for Stone, but there's 3 big ones tonight now, I think.
3 threes for Stone Jeffries, and Jones got the steal and fouled by Colangelo in the backcourt, and might have been a good thing because the Stags had numbers and were off and running.
Mason Colangelo.
Stags ball in the backcourt by 22, led by 21 at half. And trying to pay back a team that beat them St. Thomas Aquinas championship game of their tournament. Boom. Can't get this dunk home.
Great look there by Jones again early. That dunk just spun out on him.
Down low, Colangelo tries a reverse. No, but got it back and finishes. Mason Colangelo.
Oh, great look inside there as Mason had his defender on his hip. Again, didn't finish the first easy one. Didn't give up on it, though.
No, he didn't panic either. Usually you're so crazy thinking you blew a bunny, but he got it back and put it up and in. Is downing the foul on Broadus.
Again, the Stags finally do break the press down there. Jones, perfect pass backside again. Josh Early took it a little bit easy on that one again. He'll remember that.
See if they want to hold for the final shot here of the first quarter, leading, or the third quarter, leading by margin of 20 here. Stone Jeffries, a couple of threes in the quarter, 3 for the game.
Well, and you got to be happy if you're Coach Cooper Smith. What Downey's giving you, Williams Bay's giving you, Navy's giving you. Great energy, great enthusiasm off the bench.
Here's Josh Early. They count it down for him, and he is fouled. Janela the foul, and Early to shoot free throws with just over a second to go in your third quarter. Second foul. Oh, they gave it to Roast. I beg your pardon. That'll be 2 on Joe, not 2 on Janela. As there you see the big night for Josh Early.
Again, his development has really been special here for Coach Zeke. Again, his footwork has improved so much. His hands have improved. Again, that little spin move inside is really going to be tough for anybody to defend that at the high school level as this Stags Gwynedd State play starting next week.
And that's the end of the third quarter. And well, it was a 21-point difference at halftime. It's still a 21-point difference favoring the home team, Bishop Miege, as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week right here on Spectrum Sports.
Imagine the smart city of the future, a city made smarter by Spectrum, connecting millions of people and billions of devices. At Spectrum, we see digitally connected governments creating engaged communities, dynamic traffic management reducing commute times, smart lighting improving energy efficiency, and intelligent water management supporting conservation efforts. The smart city of the future is already being built today, and Spectrum's infrastructure is its foundation. With a fiber-powered network across the country, delivering 100 gigabit per second symmetrical speeds for businesses, the largest LTE cellular network, a nationwide network of Wi-Fi hotspots, and soon, 5G wireless technology. Spectrum is helping cities today become smart cities of the future. Visit SpectrumSmartCities.com to learn more. Spectrum, think forward.
If your loved one received an IVC filter to prevent blood clots and later experienced complications, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The FDA warns that IVC filters can move or fracture, causing serious injuries such as heart damage, lung damage, internal bleeding, and even death. Don't wait. Call right now.
Call 800-604-2604. That's 800-604-2604.
FoodSafety.gov.
You are the national parks. And no matter who you are or where you come from, the parks are you too.
Hy-Vee look at our scoring by quarters, and Miege off to the fast start, haven't looked back, and they enjoy a 21-point lead as we go to the fourth quarter. Kevin White with the coach, Mark Huppy, glad to be in Roland Park at Bishop Miege High School, playing early to beat the snow. There's John Holmes, the football coach, who's won 5 straight football championships. He's on crowd control duty there. There's a lot of Miege fans here. He's got some work there.
Oh, John's laying some discipline there.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin, he's smiling, having fun, but there's a lot of discipline there.
He's a big sports fan. He follows all the Stag sports.
On the road, he's everywhere. He's got young kids, too. I'm everywhere, but my kids are all grown out of the house.
Inside early, juggles, got it back. Hooks it up there, no good. And Rose comes away with the rebound. Here's Zarian Navy, who's starting the fourth quarter, and he lays it up and in.
Again, Navy in the open court, can finish with both hands. Nice job there, a little floater with his left hand. Again, Coach Cooper's got to be happy with his effort. Again, Coach Z could give him something to get on his team about at practice tomorrow.
Reach-in foul coming up. The help defense, and Matt Connor will hear the whistle, but yeah, the Saints bench has been giving them some good numbers tonight.
And the Stags, as scintillating as they were in the first and second quarter, again, came out a little bit flat there. Again, the Saints press really bothered him 2 or 3 possessions.
Here's Broadus. Floater, early the offensive rebound. Stags continue to own the offensive glass as Mitchell is fouled. And Mark Mitchell Jr. to shoot more free throws here.
And that's all Josh Early going to the board again with 2 hands. Not forcing something up over length again. Finding Mitchell dive into the rim. Took the hit.
And this young guy following the footsteps of Jeremiah Robinson Earl, who's going to play Villanova. The Bowl was here for a while. He's injured at Oregon right now, but a lot of upside.
Tank Young there. Hey, I'd go in the post myself and finish through contact also.
And a weather update from Overland Park. Patty Novacek, injured, slipping on the ice like me, says flurries in Overland Park right now. As the layup is missed by Tank Young. Patty, get better. I know how you feel. My elbow, I hit the pavement 3 weeks ago. It's just starting to heal up now. It's a long process. This is early, fouled underneath, and more free throws for the big guys from Miege.
Zach Canello is third.
Nice maturity there by the sophomore Harrison Broadus again. It's his job to get him into their offense, make sure everybody knows where they're at again. Penetrated to the paint, didn't try to finish himself. Again, found early inside.
Deshaun Mason back for the Saints.
Okay, guys, here we go. 1.
Good night for early. 1 out of 2. And Navy to the bucket. Early rebounds for the Stags. Miege in a good position as far as the sub-state is concerned. Tank Young, a ferocious defender.
2 super sophomore football boys going at it there, Kevin.
A little physical, wasn't it?
Oh.
Coach Geek said, I've seen enough. I'm going to call a timeout and get my guys under control there as they were about ready to turn the ball over. Well, when you come to Miege, you see a lot of super fans, and there's a couple of long-time super fans. Coach, talk about these
on the left
two
there,
gentlemen
that's Mr. Jim Maher, a former assistant coach of mine at St. Thomas Aquinas, a great fan of Catholic education, great fan of hoops, was a basketball guy himself up at Creighton University back in the day. He loves the game like nobody else. That's Jim Maher on the left. And the Miege super fan, Brownie. He's at every Miege game, passing out gum, passing out mints, etc. Really displays great hospitality to anybody who enters this gym. You'll get to know Brownie.
Great ambassadors to high school basketball in the area here. Great crowd in attendance tonight. All those kids are thinking, gosh, I hope we don't have school tomorrow, Coach.
I'll tell you what, that would get the biggest applause of the night.
I've been at a game when they announced it one night. Boy, you talk about a celebration. Well, after the Miege timeout, they have the big lead. The coach still not a happy camper, though. But he's quite the perfectionist in all those state championships and all those games like he has.
Now this is Coach Zeke's little Iowa call there. It's kind of hybrid flex offense, a lot of down screens, a lot of pop outs, etc. Again, you can use it as a semi-delay game, and you can use it to score out of it. Again, the Stags run so many specials out of this. Got Mitchell to the line.
And Williams Bay will check in. Navy out. Mark Mitchell to the free throw stripe. 9 team fouls. This will be a 1-and-1. Mitchell connects, the left-hander.
Again, with Mitchell's struggles at the line tonight, Kevin, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Cooper Smith tests him a little bit more out there. They've got 9 team fouls so far. The Saints do, and the Stags only fouled twice here in the second half.
Tank Young running the baseline is TJ Williams Bay. Feeds it off to Roche, rejected by Jones, but it went off Broadus, so it'll be Saints basketball.
Again, a lot of these football boys, Kevin, Broadus and Young especially, it takes them a while to get into basketball mode. Again, but Tank's played so great for Coach Cooper Smith here the last 6 weeks of the season. Played great in the Saints Classic when they took down the Stags 5 weeks ago, and again, brings a level of intensity and a level of quickness to St. Thomas Aquinas.
I saw Tank prior to the Rockers game. I said, Tank, what, big baby thing? He's like, yeah. I said, you know, Darren Sproles had that same nickname. Oh, yeah, I knew that. And he breaks out his phone and starts showing me baby pictures of himself. Cute baby. As the three out of the corner goes down for Connor. That's his second of the second half. He's got 10 points now.
Oh, again, their leader, their heartbeat tonight, no question, no quitting, that young man.
Alley-oop it to Early. He'll just lay this one in. Josh Early.
Again, if you're going to extend out in the perimeter like that and get out in the press, you're going to give up some on the backside. But again, Coach Cooper Smith has to be happy with how his team's played here in the second half.
The big guy from Miege has 20 points to lead all scores. Here's the football star, Tank Young. There's a Simone finalist, and we got a foul on Miege. It's going to be on the little guard, Broadus, and free throws coming up here for Tank Young. Couldn't be a nicer kid. 5'9" sophomore, and he's a college recruit himself. He put up the numbers like he did. Win a state championship.
Well, his durability is what impressed me so much when I saw him play football again, Kevin. Takes so many hits, so many carries throughout the game. Again, fights through injuries. Great mental toughness in that young man.
Like you said, his basketball game just gets better and better the more he plays. Tyron Tank Young.
Did a nice job there by the Stags, just reversing the ball up the court, getting into their sets.
Broadus, the drive and kick to Early, who floats it in for 22 now on the game.
Oh, Josh has such a soft touch there on that jump hook and on that little floater there again.
Connor flips it up there, no good. Mitchell out of the pack with the rebound. Long feed in to Early, back to Jones, and he flushes it to the right hand, and the foul.
I tell you, you get all three of those bigs running the court. It's just a matter of time. Again, Jones. Again, Mitchell fighting the ball off the board, pushing it up to early. Again, Jones. My time, my turn.
Spencer with 14 on the game, averages 17. And this is a big lead of the ball game now for Bishop Miege, who's got the #1 seat as far as the sub-state goes in 4A D1. It's St. Thomas Aquinas that has to worry here as Mason gets the bucket. They're 11-7, and they're tied with Topeka Seaman and a team called St. James Academy out of Lenexa.
Oh, and St. James had a big win tonight, Kevin.
So they got their 12th win. That's a big win for the guys from Lenexa there. And we know about Topeka Seaman, I guess, is the other team in that 11-7 mix.
That'd be correct. Here we're going to see another one here. Josh Early out on the break. Up that one. Again, Early bringing out all the stops here. The great array of dunks.
We've seen a few dunks.
I think that's why all the fans are still here.
As Connor with the take. Matt Connor came in averaging 5. He's got 12 tonight. Now it looks like Coach Cooper Smith's going to bring some of the guys off the bench to get some time, as is Coach Zeke. As it's
here's Coach Zeke just taking the 30 here, probably rolling it out just to get his substitutes in the game with 2 minutes to go, up by 21.
Miege will take the timeout. Still got a game against Blue Valley West on Friday the 22nd. Games are still being played, but you say they won't count against the sub-state. Tonight's the last games that count against the sub-state because Wednesday morning is the cutoff. So St. Thomas Aquinas will play at Blue Valley North. That won't count, but they're in that pack around the 7 mark, right in the middle part, Coach, and a loss could drop you way down, or a win like your team could move you a couple of spots up here.
Absolutely. That middle ground right there, that 5A sub-state on the east half.
Spring Hill's floating around there as well.
Again, a big win for the Thunder tonight as they get the win number 12 at Blue Valley. Looks like they'll be able to avoid that Catholic school matchup in the first round between St. Thomas Aquinas and St. James Academy.
Mason Weber out on the floor for the Stags. Also out there, Hudson Bentley, the football star. Xavier Hall.
It's Jack Gable, number 31, also out there for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Some of the other faces that are out there.
Isaiah Gavin's really got a bright future there through the 6'6" junior here. His dad's doing a great job as head coach down there at the Bishop Ford Cyclones. They've got a big game tonight, I believe, against Maranatha.
Nice running clock. Sam Petrati was the football quarterback for the state championship football squad. Hudson Bentley was his star wide receiver. Can't hit. Feed out off the glass and the foul. And that'll send Jack Gable, the football tight end, all EKL kid. Had a very good football season to shoot some free throws.
Well, Jack's really a tough nut there. Again, a little spin move there with a minute to go. That would have been a nice three-point play for him and just spun out on him against the go for the line here for 2.
Jack, the 6'1" senior, will have another one. Hudson Bentley, sister Hunter was a star player. Here's Pedrati with the bucket, and the crowd erupts.
I'll tell you
think
what.
they love the reserves coming in here, Coach?
Pedrati's definitely the people's choice here tonight. Again, great hops there, great elevation. Again, we see him coming right at us right here. Again, took the hit and finished. Coach Holmes over there enjoyed that one, didn't he, Ken?
Yeah, Gable with the foul and a three-point play by the football quarterback, Sam Pedrati. Williams Bay.
A little MVP chant over there in the stands, cheering section for Pedrati again. Obviously a really popular kid here with the student body.
Foul at the other end by Bentley will send TJ Williams Bay. Some of these guys are coming from the football teams. A lot of football guys out there. Williams Bay was a wide receiver that's headed to Fort Scott. Might turn a little physical here in the last minute or so here. These football guys battling one another.
But this is really a strong defensive group for St. Thomas Aquinas, again led by number 33, Tommy Downey. Another deflection right there. Tommy out in transition here.
They'll run it down. Out to TJ Williams Bay, no. Hudson Bentley behind the back to Pedrati behind the back. And the shot put up and in.
Oh, all you want tonight, great energy. Again, back-to-back behind-the-back passes there.
And 55 is not in the program. Thanks, Miege. It's a good finish. A lot of behind-the-back action there. And jersey number 55 will get the bucket.
Again, I'm with you, Kev. I don't know them all.
Ball game over. All Miege tonight. The girls win by 12, and the boys win in one-sided fashion, 67-46 over St. Thomas Aquinas. And coming back with our MVP of the game, brought to you by Midland Marble and Granite.
At Wink, we love great wine, which is why we make it. It's why we grow our own grapes, and why we deliver straight to your door. 4 great bottles a month, curated to your taste. Because delicious wine shouldn't be hard to find, so Wink makes it easy, learning your taste with each delivery so that every bottle feels handpicked just for you. So raise your glass and join the thousands of Wink members already enjoying great tasting wine right from their door. Wink, cheers delivered.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Most veterans return to our communities as leaders, but everyone's journey home is not the same.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
Without assistance, the downward spiral can be quick and destructive.
It doesn't have to be this way.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Justice for Vets is the only national organization dedicated to the expansion of veterans' treatment courts.
Veterans Treatment Courts hold our veterans accountable for their actions.
By providing structure, treatment, and mentoring, these courts help our veterans and their families get their lives back on track.
And veterans treatment courts work.
Join us.
And go to justiceforvets.org.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs. Thank you.
You are the national parks. And no matter who you are or where you come from, the parks are you too.
Bishop Miege from the get-go as they got off to a fast start and really never looked back. It was a 17-4 first quarter, Coach, and the Stags very impressive at home, 67-46. So their record now is 17-2. And Aquinas will drop to 11-8. Time now to name our MVP of the game. It's brought to you by Midland Marble and Granite, the premier source for flooring and granite countertops. You can visit them today at midlandmarble.com. And we're going to go with the freshman, Mark Mitchell Jr.
Oh, Mark Mitchell, we talked about his ceiling, his upside, and again, definitely on display tonight. Creative going to the rim, block shots. Again, one of the best things he does, once he does get the ball off the defensive board, Kevin, he pushes it himself. He's got vision, hops. Definitely a highlight film all night long here as the Stags take it by 21.
Mark Mitchell Jr., our MVP of the game, the ninth grader. Josh Early, the senior, led all scorers with 24 points for Miege. Thanks to the school's ADs, Andrew Groney from Miege and Sarah Burgess out of Aquinas. Thanks to the coaches, Rick Zeke and Jacob Coopersmith. Our producer's been Joe Novacek. For Mark Huppy and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew, this is Kevin White saying so long from Bishop Miege High School. Our final once again in the boys varsity game. Bishop Miege wins it 67-46 as we say goodnight from Roland Park.
Hi, Kathy Mitchell here with my new Red Copper Brownie Bonanza. This is not your regular old baking pan. Everything slides right out. Watch how easy. Just pour in batter, insert this brownie grid, and pop it in the oven. Wow, 18 loaded fudge brownies already sliced. Now place your brownies on this stand and you've got an instant serving tray. Perfect for parties, picnics, or backyard barbecues. And thanks to non-stick ceramic, your brownies never stick, so you never scrub. Call or click now and get my Red Copper Brownie Bonanza set for just $19.99. Plus, get my recipe book free. But wait, you can double the offer and receive a second set.
Plus, get my non-stick donut pan. Just pay a separate fee. No frying, no sticking. Just delicious baked donuts every time.
An incredible value. Call now.
Call 1-800-591-1394 to get your Brownie Bonanza. Call or visit browniebonanza.com. So call 1-800-591-1394. That's 1-800-591-1394. Order now.
yourretirement.org.
You are the national parks. And no matter who you are or where you come from, the parks are you too.
Your Marine Corps' way of life